Members, it's time and we have a quorum. Item 1 on the agenda. Confirmation of verbatim transcript of the special meeting held on the 8th of November 2013, and also confirmation of minutes of the 8th meeting held on the 29th of November 2013. We have forwarded the minutes to members. Yeah, there have been no requests for amendments, so can we confirm the minutes and the transcript, please? Thank you. Matters rising, I and the Deputy Chairman met with the Chief Secretary for Administration. In January, the Administration would like to host 4 dinners to listen to the views of members, and it's hoped that at every dinner there will be members from different political affiliations at each dinner. I and the Deputy Chairman have agreed to coordinate the dinner arrangement, and a paper has been issued to members, so please send a reply to the Secretariat by Thursday. And then we will work out a name list to the Chief Secretary of Administration, and she'll then issue formal invitation. Any questions, please? No? Business arising from previous Council meetings. Legal Service Division report on subsidiary legislation gazetted on the 29th of November 2013 and tabled in Council on the 4th of December 2013. Legal Advisor, please. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is paper number LS18. There are 4 items of subsidiary legislation. For the first 2 items, they have to do with the management of landfills and the charging policy fees. The first one is the Waste Disposal Designated Waste Disposal Facility Amendment Regulation 2013 and Waste Disposal Refuse Transfer Station Amendment Regulation 2013. For the first item of subsidiary legislation, is to specify the Southeast New Territories landfill as one which only accepts construction waste of a specified type, and also for refuse collection vehicles going to a specified landfill or refuse transfer station, they must be equipped with special devices. The other item is to open up the Sha Tin transfer station as a refuse transfer station, and also the fees charged at this RTS will be the same as that for the other 2 RTS, that is the Island East Transfer Station and the Island West Transfer Station. And for the Island East and the Island West Transfer Stations, the fees will be reduced to the same level as those for the Sha Tin Transfer Station and the West Kowloon Transfer Stations. Now, at the meeting of the Panel on Environmental Affairs on the 27th of May and the 28th of October, these issues were discussed. Members expressed some concern. And on the assistance scheme on the replacement of our CVs, the Finance Committee has already approved funding. Members, do you wish us to set up a subcommittee? Mr. Wuchi, I'm sure this is a controversial issue, so I would like a subcommittee to be set up. Who would like to join, please? The Secretary will issue papers to members then. Legal Advisor, please carry on. Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. There are 2 other items of subsidiary legislation. One is the Public Health and Municipal Services Ordinance Public Pleasure Grounds Amendment 4 Schedule Number 2 Order 2013. 13 venues are to be set aside as public pleasure grounds by the Director of Leisure and Cultural Services. The last item is the Professional Accountants Amendment Ordinance 2013 Commencement Notice. Dr. Kenneth Leung tabled a bill, and now is to specify the commencement date of the ordinance as the 24th of January next year. Okay, on the public health order, do you wish to set up a subcommittee? Members? No. And what about the commencement notice for the Professional Accountants Amendment Ordinance? Ms. Ho? Mr. Chairman, now I don't want to set up a subcommittee on the public health order, but I'd like to seek some information from the legal advisor. In the report, it stated that there are typos even in printing of legislation. So what sort of error is that? Is it just a minor error, or is it a substantial error? That's why there is need to correct it by editorial amendment. Anyway, typos because more have to be corrected. Anyway, has the legal advisor checked with the Department of Justice how come there is an error? Well, Ms. Ken is in charge of the item. Perhaps she could give you the details. Sorry, it's not coming through. Not coming through. I don't think the microphone has been switched on yet. Ms. Ken, please. Thank you, Legal Advisor. Schedule 2.1.2, that's the typo T-I-R-A-L instead of T-R-I-A-L. Anyway, it doesn't have any substantial effect. The DFJ says that it will be corrected by way of editorial amendment. Can I ask the Legal Advisor to follow up, please? What procedure? What proofreading procedure has gone through? How come there's still such a typo? You know, this government wouldn't even get printing right. Isn't that outrageous? Anyway, I'd like to know how many proofreading steps do they take, and still they end up with this typo. Legal Advisor? Well, on Ms. Sitho's question, we'll ask the administration to provide a written explanation on why there is spelling mistake here. Well, if I may mention, in the printing of the laws of Hong Kong, now when members scrutinize bills, this does happen. There is a mechanism under the laws of Hong Kong for the Secretary of Justice, the custodian of the laws of Hong Kong, to correct typographical mistakes through a specified procedure. As to why there is a mistake, I think we'll have to ask the DOJ for explanation. Well, it so happens this is just a spelling mistake for a word. That's why we can spot the mistake. But what if in future there's a spelling mistake and it is a different word which does exist, then it may lead to serious problems. Well, I think we'll ask the Legal Advisor to seek explanation. Okay, the professional accountant commencement notice, do you wish to set up a committee? No? So there is a committee on the two waste disposal regulations. If I may remind members, the deadline for amending these items of subsidiary legislation is the 18th of December. That is for those items without subcommittee. For two items, there will be a subcommittee. So as the chairman of the House Committee, I will move a proposed resolution at the Council meeting of the 11th of December to extend the scrutiny period of these two items of subsidiary legislation to the 22nd of January 2014. Any questions, please? No? Next, business for the Council meeting of the 18th of December 2013. Questions, there are 22 questions scheduled, 6 oral and 16 written. Bills first reading and moving of second reading, no notice has been received. Government motion, no notice has been received. Members' motion, Ms. Sitho will move a motion on report of the delegation of the panel on environmental affairs on its duty visit to the Republic of Korea to study its experience on waste management. And Ms. Regina Ip will move a motion on boosting and reviving the academic standards and atmosphere of Hong Kong's mathematics and the sciences, and fully supporting the hosting of international mathematics competitions. If I may remind members, the deadline for moving amendments to these two motions is the 11th of December. There is a list of 9 items of subsidiary legislation, the period of amendment of which will expire on the 18th of December. It's been forwarded to members. If you wish to speak, please indicate your intention by 5 p.m. on Tuesday, 10th of December. Reports of both committees and subcommittees. First one, report of the Bills Committee on Waste Disposal Amendment Bill 2013. Ms. Sitho, please. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have completed the scrutiny of the Waste Disposal Amendment Bill 2013. During the course of scrutiny, now on the bill's purpose to require that the depositing of construction waste on private land can only be carried out with the permission from the sole owner or all of the owners of the land. There have been a lot of questions asked, but there's not so controversial. The details of our deliberations are in the report, so if I may refer members to our report. Thank you. Next, report of the Bills Committee on Toys and Children's Products Safety Amendment Bill 2013, Mr. Jeffrey Lam. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The bill seeks to amend the Toys and Children's Products Safety Ordinance to extend the definition of children's product in the ordinance to implement the proposed phthalate control. The Bills Committee held 2 meetings. We've also invited written submissions from the public and relevant organizations. Members support in general the introduction of this proposed control. Members expressed concern mainly on the scope of application, date of implementation, proposed definition of children's products, and drafting of the provisions. The Bills Committee supports the resumption of the second reading debate of the bill on the 18th of December 2013. The Bills Committee does not oppose the 2 amendments to be moved by the administration, and it would not be moving any amendments. The detailed deliberations of the Bills Committee are in the report. Members, please refer to the report. Thank you. If I may remind members, the deadline for moving amendments to the 2 bills are Monday. It's Monday, the 9th of December. Next, report of the Committee on Air Pollution Control, Air Pollutant Emission Control Vehicles Regulation. Is an oral report. Mr. Ho. Yes, the regulation seeks to phase out some 80,000 pre-Euro 4 diesel commercial vehicles, and the regulation also sets a service life limit of 15 years for diesel commercial vehicles newly registered after the 1st of February 2014. The administration has set aside $12 billion, which is a large sum of money, for the subsidizing the replacement of old diesel vehicles. So the assistance scheme goes hand in hand with the regulation. And we've also held a public hearing. There were points of contention. The administration has also accepted the members' request that is vehicle owners will be told that the deadline will be the 31st of December of a certain year, not just a certain date of a certain year. The administration will be moving an amendment, and also the exemption so that the exemption process will be dealt with administratively. Thank you. Next, report of the Subcommittee on Statutes of the University of Hong Kong Amendment Statute 2013. Mr. Ma Fong Kwok. The subcommittee held a meeting with the Hong Kong University. We've completed the scrutiny work of the Hong Kong of the Statutes of the University of Hong Kong Amendment Statute 2013. The amendment statute seeks to add certain degrees and academic distinctions which may be conferred and awarded by the University of Hong Kong, as well as to change and to provide for the specification of disciplines of studies in the titles of the degrees. The statute will commence on the 10th of January 2013 by way of negative vetting. The subcommittee supports in principle the amendment statute. Some members suggested there should be a more consistent format for the Chinese titles of academic qualifications. And there are also views that the university could be more flexible, and there's no need to specify the discipline of study for each degree in the statute. They only need to state discipline specified by the Council of Hong Kong U that will avoid the need to amend the statutes from time to time. The university would pass on the views to the relevant schools and faculties for consideration. Members also expressed concern about the approaches adopted in adding the degrees and academic distinctions, and the process of consultation and approval before submission of the amendment statute. The subcommittee fully notes the principle of institute autonomy. It will not be moving any amendments to the subsidiary legislation. The subcommittee will be submitting a written report later. Thank you. Thank you. If I may remind members, for the 2 items of subsidiary legislation, the deadline for amendment is the 18th of December, is the 11th of December. Position of bills committees and subcommittees. As at the 5th of December, Thursday, there are 9 bills committees, 9 subcommittees under House Committee, and 7 subcommittees on policy issues under under panels in action. 4 subcommittees on policy issues are on the waiting list. Any other business? Nothing under that. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.